You spoke about India from the prospects of being a bright spark. And I agree. This is the bright spark that will fire up global growth. 945 million Indians are eligible to vote. Everybody who turns up to vote will have a digital identity. In the past 9 years, 240 million Indians have been taken out of multidimensional poverty. 6 million Indian women are frontline healthcare professionals in India. Today we have 265 million kids in our K-12 systems, and only those kids are using close to 12 billion plus QR codes for learning. 1,000 plus obsolete laws taken out of the system. India has done away with 63,000 compliance issues. We have grown, we have reformed, we have expanded our business engagements. We have become one of the most dependable partners, not only for business, but also inclusion.
Let me come to you, Minister Irani. What makes this moment special compared to the earlier ones? What is different about the India story now?
You spoke about India from the prospects of being a bright spark. And I agree. This is the bright spark that will fire up global growth. If you look at internationalization of our engagement, with India at the center, we have seen in the G20 presidency, inclusion not only of gender becoming mainstream, but also the African Union now finding a voice. If you look at BRICS, there is an expanded engagement, which is over 46% of the world's population. Now, while we speak about the internationalization of our capacities and our engagements, as Minister Vaishnav says, and predictions about how we see the fiscal future of India, let me take you back a decade ago, where there have been moments consistently of 14 to 16 months of double-digit inflation. So when we talk about today inflation, India is doing much better. However, we are doing it in the shadow and as an aftermath of the pandemic, which shows Prime Minister Modi's not only fiscal prudence, but also fiscal discipline, because I think India has grown in terms of business and opportunities, found new opportunities, reformed its structures, 1,000 plus obsolete laws taken out of the system. But for businesses across the world and in India, one of the greatest challenges for expanding their manufacturing bases were everyday compliance issues. India has done away with 63,000 compliance issues. Coca-Cola came to Uttar Pradesh, one of the largest states in India, signed up for investment. That investment, from the day of signing to getting all clearances to it be open for manufacturing, all it took was 1 year. And today it's the largest bottling plant in South Asia. This year in India, data sciences and IT professionals will add 1 million more job opportunities, and subject to correction with regards to how Devjani projects it. That one industry alone, which is an emerging industry, an opportunity new, will create 2.5 million jobs in India. As Minister Vaishnav says, that Prime Minister Modi looks at growth not only from the perspective of business, but how do we leverage digital growth for ensuring that we implement social justice. In the past 9 years, 240 million Indians have been taken out of multidimensional poverty. We have grown, we have reformed, we have expanded our business engagements, we have enlarged our alliance bases, be it not only BRICS, not only G20, but the International Solar Alliance, also the Biofuel Alliance. We have become one of the most dependable partners, not only for business, but also inclusion.
Minister Irani, I will come to you for the last word as we close this panel, the India moment, and perhaps some reflections on key attributes and key directions as we close this conversation.
This panel has predominantly spoken about the ease of doing business in India. Prime Minister Modi says we are building businesses, but we are also in the business of saving lives. And I think that's what makes the India story distinct on the global map. To take from what Minister Puri said, that when you deploy clean fuel to 110 million poor women, you not only engage them in a sustainable way of life, but you've saved 400,000 deaths. And I think that's where India stands out. When Devjani speaks about the fact that we are hungry to learn in India, we have one of the largest skill sets in India, not only in technology, 6 million Indian women are frontline healthcare professionals in India who serve not only Indian families, but also Indian administrations at the time of the pandemic. But today we have 265 million kids in our K-12 systems, and only those kids are using close to 12 billion plus QR codes for learning. The Prime Minister ensures that input support to 110 million farmers are given directly into their bank accounts. But also farmers now in India are digitally equipped to receive weather forecasting, to receive technology support from farm-based technology center that the Prime Minister has set up in every district of India. So I think what the India story is to the world is that we are in the business of building businesses, but we are also in the businesses of saving lives. And anybody in the audience, if you want to talk about the prowess of India, it's not only in the whopper that Devjani is now wearing. If you want to send a mission to space on a budget, we can do it on a budget courtesy ISRO, which is less than the amount of money it takes to produce a Tom Cruise film. That's India.